Come on and wake up. Listen to your heart now.
Welcome back. I'm Tia Turnbull, a champion of champions. You're watching Keep It 100, emotionally safe shelter in place. So in my family, if somebody was playing with something and I wanted to play with it, I would say, hey, can I see that? And they would say, you see with your eyes, not with your hand. Well, today's subject is, you see with your mind, not with your eyes. All right. So I want you to do something with me right now. If you're not already in a room that you're not in all the time, which you probably are, but go to a room that has maybe a lot of stuff in it, all kinds of stuff in it, and you're not really familiar with it, you don't spend that much time in it. So pause this and go to a room that you're not that familiar with, possibly in your house. If there's no rooms like that in your house, go to a room that's got a lot of stuff in it that you don't really know where everything is, if that's possible. It might not be possible. If you don't have a room like that, you can still do this exercise with me. And you can do it with other people that you know in other places once you get out of your shelter in place. You can try this with people somewhere else. Okay, so here's how. Now you're in the room. All right, so now what I want you to do is I want you to look around the room, and I want you to look at everything in the room that is green. Just notice everything in the room that's green, okay? Look around. Notice everything is green. Okay, you got it? All right, now close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, keep them closed, I want you to tell me, of course you can't, you'll just be doing it in your own mind, because I can't hear you. With your eyes closed, I want you to tell me everything in that room that is red. Okay? So just say it with your eyes closed out loud, everything that's red. All right. Okay, now open your eyes, look around, and now find everything that's red. Okay, now, when I normally do this with people, I'm normally in a room that people are not familiar with, and I pick a color that's pretty prevalent, and then I pick another color that's prevalent. So that's what you want to do when you do this. You don't always want to say green, you don't always want to say red. You just want to look around the room and notice a color that's noticeable, that has a lot of things in it. Just notice another color that's all around the room also. And then when people open their eyes, they'll notice, oh my gosh. So they don't expect you, what they expect you to do, obviously, is what you might have expected me to do, is when I said, notice all the things that's green, now close your eyes and tell me all the things you see that are. You're thinking I'm going to say green with your eyes closed, but I actually said red. And why did I do this? Because the point of this is what you're looking for is what you are going to see. And that is why sometimes there might have been a red thing right in front of you, but since you were looking for green and you remembered where the green was, you didn't see the red thing that was right in front of you. Our minds focus on what we want to focus on. What we're looking for is what we see, and we don't see something that's right in front of us if we're not looking for it. Okay, so do this with friends, with people, you know, once you get out of your shelter in place, or if you know somebody that's in a place they're unfamiliar with and you're on the phone with them, you can do it with them or something. But do this exercise with people and notice that we see what we're looking for and we don't see what we're not looking for. Okay, so why did I do this with you? Because you see with your mind, not with your eyes. Your mind is what sets your filters. Your mind is what sets your directional focus, what you're going to be picking up on. So here's the thing. Scientifically, our minds pick up on everything that's in a room like a video camera. Our minds pick up, I've heard it said 11 million bits of information. I've also heard it 40 million bits of information, so it's probably somewhere in between there. But our minds pick up everything. They pick up all these 11 million bits or 40 million bits of information that's wherever we go per second. Okay? Now our minds can only be consciously aware at any given time of 40 bits. 40 out of 40 million. So we're paying attention to particular things based on where our directional focus is on, right? So if you're someone looking for a relationship, your filters are, you know, boop, 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 looking for ding, 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 ding. And when you see that, you know, that's what you're looking for. You're not going to notice the baby in the baby carriage. You're not going to notice the cat in the tree, or whatever. There's so much that your filters cancel out, and then you pick up on the things that your mind is directionally set for you to see. So I remember years ago going to a restaurant with my sister who used to be a waitress years ago, and she said tip the waitresses more when you order ice cream because they have to get it themselves, which I never would have seen. I think I'm with someone who is an architect, he would notice the structure of the building. If you were there with someone who is a business person, they might have their focus set on other business people, or somebody who is a janitor is going to notice if the floor is clean, or, you know, your filters are set to notice particular things and to not notice other things. So that's why 10 people can see a car accident, or 10 people can see a crime, or 10 people can see something and give 10 different descriptions of what just happened, because each one of those people was seeing it from another place in that 40 million or another place in that 11 million. So they picked up what their filters were set to pick up. So this is really important when you're in an argument with someone. You can understand that I saw it this way and you saw it that way, and nobody's wrong. We each picked up what our filters set for us to pick up. Now, on a larger scale, you can understand how people have different paradigms that they live in. Their whole life experience has been from standing in a particular place, looking out from that place, and picking up on whatever it was they were seeing from that space, and from those ideas that were planted in their mind, and from their environment and their circumstance. They're looking out from that. And so they meet someone who is in an entirely different environment, entirely different space. They were both picking up on different things. And this person can't understand how this person could be so ignorant. And this person can't understand how this person could be so ignorant to see it that way. But of course, because everybody's picking up on different things. So, you've heard the term, seeing is believing. But actually, believing is seeing. Because if you don't believe in something, you're not looking for it. You don't even think it's in your environment. You don't even know that you don't know that there's something right in front of you that you cannot see. So really it's believing something, which is being and living as if something is so. You're going to pick up on all of that you already know. But if you don't know it and you don't believe it, you're not going to see it even when it's right in front of you. Being and living as if something is so allows you to see it right there, but you don't see what you don't believe. So it's not that, oh, I believe it when I see it. It's that you're not even going to see it if you don't believe it. You're not going to see it. And so you're going to argue with people who believe something different because you're both seeing the pieces that your mind was focused on and picked up on. But you're not going to see the things that your mind didn't focus on and pick up on. So you see with your mind, not with your eyes. Your eyes see like a video camera, but your mind is only consciously aware of 40 bits out of 11 to 40 million bits per second of whatever is there right in front of you. But you can't see it because your mind consciously cannot, your mind cannot consciously consider it. It does not recognize it. And now listen to this word. Recognize, cognize, to cognize. Cognition is what your brain does. Cognition is what your brain does. So when you recognize, that means that's the second time. Is second. It's again. Is again. So if you recognize something, that means you are thinking again about it. So you have to look at something again in order to recognize it. To recognize means you already know it, but you consciously become aware of it. So again, you need to think again if you want to see something. You need to have an idea in your mind and say it is already so in order to recognize it when it's right in front of you. So, our sensors pick up on things. Our senses are our eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth, or touch or feelings. We have receptors that take things in from those senses that we have. And then those receptors send messages to our brain, and then our brain decides what we're going to do about what it is we're sensing. So if there's a train coming at you, and your eyes see it, and they send a message, get out of the way. And your brain will give your body what it needs chemically to shut down some systems and to awaken, enliven other systems, whatever it is you need to get out of the way of that train. So our bodies are responding to what our brains make up about what our senses are picking up. So we're never actually being with what is outside of us. We are always recognizing it and then responding to it, then reacting to it. It always has to filter through our mind first. So in an earlier video, I said that everybody is a subject to themselves, and everybody else, you can only objectify them. They're always an object because you cannot live inside them. You always have to see them objectively from the outside, from your own point of view. So if we cannot see a person because we can only see what we believe, then nobody sees anybody. So anything you're making up about anybody is a made-up thought. Now, when we're in our homes, when we're emotionally, safely sheltering in place, we are making up things about the people around us and treating them from that. But just think what we're doing about the people who live over there, and the people who live over there, and the people who live here, and the people who live way over on the other side of the planet. Of course we're objectifying them. We cannot do anything but objectify them. We cannot do anything but objectify our own children, our own partners, our own family, our own relatives. We are seeing them from our own point of view. We're not seeing what's actually there. So when you understand that all the things you're responding and reacting to are your own ideas about what's out there, then you can start to say, look, how am I treating this person? How am I acting towards this person? What am I thinking about this person? You say, I know that I have to be making it up. There is nothing but me making it up. So, is what I'm making up about this my child, this my spouse, this my friend, this my boss, my business partner, my people in the neighborhood, people in another neighborhood, people on the other side of the planet, is what I'm making up about them serving my best life, their best life, our best life on this planet? Is it? Or am I making up something that doesn't serve me, doesn't serve them, doesn't serve them? What is it I'm making up? Because if it doesn't work, it's up to me to change it. If what's happening out there is not good for my inner body and not good for the planet, and I must be making it up, then why do I just simply not choose to make something else up? Just make something else up. All right, now, the people who have the power in your home can say, look, this is my point of view, and I'll kick your butt if you don't do what I say right now. The people that have the power are the ones who have to understand that just because you think you can get away with something doesn't mean that's the best choice you can make for yourself or for anybody else around you. So the next thing I want to do is I want to talk about power and how we can reframe power and have another look at it. Because maybe there's a way that even the people who think they're getting away with something can live better for everyone. And then we raise the energy in the environment. I mean, if you're yelling and screaming at your kids, that's something you can change. And then the energy in the environment will change. And it's the same thing when you make up things about other people. So that we don't really see things outside us, we see what we're making up about them, and we're not responding to what's outside of us, we're responding to the things we're making up in our head about what's outside of us. The thoughts we're having are causing us to take actions, not what's outside of us. That's not the cause. The cause is our thought that we're having about what's outside of us. All right, I'm Tia Turnbull, a champion of champions. This is Keep It 100 during our emotionally safe shelter in place. See with your mind, not with your eyes. Thank you for watching. If you like these videos and want to see more, hit the like, subscribe, and tap the bell, and you will see me in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Champion yourself and your family to be champions.
Come on and wake up. Listen to your heart now.